in my blood too. I'm ready to smell speed. I smell a lot. My competitors clenched skin. They smelled I was hot. I want it all. Excess, the sex, and much success. Stress sucks. I want it all, no less. Come on.
What up? It's your boy T-Bear for Reaction. Today's video is some wrestling reactions, whether it'll be on Wrestling Wednesday or tomorrow. But we're going to check out a video for What Culture Wrestling. This is 10 things you'll learn from binge watching the Ruthless Aggression era. Ruthless Aggression era is definitely single-handedly one of the best era next to the Attitude era. This is always a tie. I'll talk about who's better between that and the Attitude and then Ruthless. And pretty much tie based off tie as a, one of their pros is equal to the other pros as well too. So yeah. Anyway, but still, Ruthless Aggression era is definitely one of the best eras of wrestling, WWE wrestling as well too. So we're gonna check out 10 things you learned from binge watching. Definitely, this was like the full era I watched majorly faithfully as well too. So Attitude era I watched as much as more. Like the more towards like the 98 to 99 to 2000, because 97 around time I don't think I took a break from wrestling. I guess because I should have followed WCW and everything, because I was like, I guess I was thinking it was getting too fake for me to watch as a kid. Then I should have went to WCW and didn't know about it. But anyway, let's get it.
The Ruthless Aggression era was the very difficult follow-up album. The WWE had exploded with the Attitude era, and that called off. The company rebranded, and from 2002 to 2008 tried again. There were ups and downs, obviously. If you weren't around though, or just want to walk down memory lane, my name is Simon Miller. It's 10 things you learn when binge watching it today. Number 10, the attitude adjustment. Sorry, I shouldn't have done it. I suck. It is just so obvious that when you do go through all this, WWE doesn't really know what to do. They were still doing well as a promotion, but compared to the Attitude era, it was night and day. When you are a business, you don't want to compare the numbers and realize they're heading in the wrong direction. This is why some of the Ruthless Aggression days are way crazier than what came before. My word. In a desperate attempt to refine the magic, some of the stories are just offensive.
And what's like kind of irks me about this, not because of this, is a lot of folks in that group. I'm in jobs here. That group getting hella hotels right as well too, and is all based on towards Triple H right now, as he currently is the creator of the well too. Like the top hotep ass motherfucker in there is this dude Track Brown, aka Peoples, we call him something now, Peoples Hernandez. Annoying as fuck with the downplay as well too. This is one I can start calling other one. So I'm gonna start calling him Jackass as well too. Be going there as well too. Dude, I like folks. Dudes getting hella hotep in that group over. I don't know, because of election season. Is because of election season or what the fuck? I mean, I get this certain situation going on with Bobby MVP going, so that rises up a lot of things, as well as what's going on with the Black Times, but now they taking it over. They go overboard with it. To be honest though, and it's all stemming over this as well too. So anyway, let's keep going.
Even those involved,
yeah, some even nicknamed him Triple KK.
Came out after and said the same. That is why you get the Katie Vick story, the poorly ended Billy and Chuck angle, and hot lesbian action. It's not a figurative turn of phrase either. WWE just sent two women to the ring and told them to kiss. Stupid wrestling. It comes mostly in 2002 and 2003 as WWE sort of adjusts, but even after that, just so bad and has aged.
Yeah, I know how I feel about this. I feel about this storyline. One of the most conflicted storyline ever till this day. This one part at that time, this is around the time we hated Kane. And then, because of what happened between Kane, Lita, Edge, and Snitsky, they somehow made Kane the babyface. But, because they gave him 70 because of Snitsky causing me to have a miscarriage of the unborn child, which will do through, unwanted sex, meaning, the R word. it sounded like come almost like the R word in a way, but then they had to feel sorry for the man trying to make it a baby face. When she turned on him and goes to Edge, like, man, like, we're almost kind of like dealing with that some of the way with the Judgment Day right now, where folks are like trying to twist it around. Because right now, Lita and Lita, Rhea and Damien the Babyface and Diamond and the rest of the Judgment Day is heel along with Liv. Where folks are trying to twist around saying Diamond Liv's the Babyface. Ridiculous at this point. But anyway, hold on a second. I got a family coming in, so hold on. I'm back and I got a little special guest with me. You see him. Anyway. Yeah, we're dealing with because low key something we're dealing with another conflicted situation among wrestling fans, especially in the group I'm in. Because I had to argue with this one butthole, this Ruben Sado butthole. I watch what I'm saying now because he ain't here over it because he's trying to claim that Dom is a face and his face like get out of here like come on. Anyway, of course he got credit Mike like I'm saying get out to that dude Ruben Soda where that dude that. Name is. Anyway, let's keep going.
Horribly. The Kane Triple H stuff especially. Who thought necrophilia was good for anyone? Number 9.
Yeah, and
the very difficult single brand pay-per-views. This was always going to happen.
Yep.
As soon as WWE split Raw and SmackDown, the trial of single brand pay-per-view was going to start. Look at it this way. They don't do.
Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, I remember them. Like it was like certain. Till one time they was together was the big four. Other than that, everything else was like single brand.
Do them today. Sums it up. While they were good in the sense more people got on the shows, it just took away the magic. These events seemed to happen every couple of weeks, and after a while, they all blurred into one. Go back to 2007 especially and check out some of the matches. You won't believe they actually existed. For example, Christopher Nowinski and Rodney Mack versus the Dudley Boys.
Wow,
It's not that this was bad either, but to fill the card, it was rushed, and it felt like something you would have just seen on SmackDown. Pay-per-views can't feel that way, because the whole point is to get people to put their hand in their pocket. WWE persevered with this for 4 years, but yeah, it was most definitely not the answer. Number 8, the good women's wrestling.
Yes.
Now, I get why you don't remember this. We just talked about hot lesbian action. It is such a shame, though, as there were a group of women who couldn't be bothered with these out-of-date stereotypes.
We did have some good wrestling at one point too before the Diva era. Like a little before the Diva eras happened, we did have like a little women revolution, early women revolution as well too. So I do remember that.
So went out of their way to prove, regardless of sex, we can work just as well as anybody else. Trish Stratus reworked the whole division, though, as did Mickie James. Plus, you had Beth Phoenix and Victoria just smashing each other right in the face. It's wrestling. WWE was still very much into the diva look, but this lot didn't care. Melina eventually worked herself into this mix too, and her I Quit match with Beth Phoenix at One Night Stand 2008 is just a war. Eventually, Michelle McCool would carry this one, and she has been very vocal about it all. Management literally telling the women they're not allowed to wrestle like the men.
Wow.
I mean, that is just a stupid thing to say. Number 7, don't
Oh yeah, go figure who it is. But all things aside, though, prayers up to, if you have a heart, prayers up to Vincent McMahon that he's not going to go health wise. I know his folks will say so he's going to have some ill will about it, and I get it, but at the same time, don't be just as much of a piece of POS than he was. All right, don't be as bad as him. Pull like that. I mean, still have a conscience in the heart as well too. I mean, regardless if he had one or not. But yes, the C shows, velocity and heat. Yes.
Nor the C shows. Today we have the likes of WWE Main Event and Level Up as our so-called C shows. They mostly exist to fulfill quotas, but hey, you do get some good matches between some up-and-coming talent. Plus you'll see some main roster guys to boot. This was the same during the Ruthless Aggression era, except the passages of time have been super kind to the likes of Velocity and Sunday Night Heat.
Yes.
Because you can see the stars of tomorrow today. I mean, in August 2003, John Cena and Daniel Bryan just had a match, because why not? And you get Paul London versus Akio, which you have to see.
Yeah.
You could put that on any show right now and people would love it. William Regal often turns up on these as well and goes full-on technical wrestling because there was less rules on these types of TV programs. It's almost like an alternative reality WWE. Here's a right treat to watch. I'm sure at the time people didn't get it, but that is the power of nostalgia. I think WWE has uploaded a few of these to their Vault channel on YouTube. Watch them all immediately. Number 6, WWE CW is just weird.
No lie, I was excited to have it. You know, it was good to have it back after One Night Stand, but at the same time, it wasn't the same. It just wasn't. It was just pretty much Vince McMahon doing the same thing he did with WCW Invasion and during the Lions, but a non come on, but a non pay-per-view big time storyline version of it, just a whole extra brand version of it for a while too, like to the point that it was low key earlier incarnation of NXT. That's how it was, because you had the hardcore, you had the guys who was down with the hardcore from the old ECW, and then there's a lot of newer up and comers who I think Sheamus debuted anyway. I think Jack Swagger debuted on there as well. So yeah, of course CM Punk and many others. So yeah.
If you do indeed watch every single show during the Ruthless Aggression era, it means you see the rebirth of ECW in WWE. It is so strange. It starts well because it is Extreme Championship Wrestling as much as it could be, but after a while, talk about watering something down. Some people blame the fact that WWE went PG in 2008, but that is not true. Long before that, ECW had become a cartoon because zombies and vampires turned up. I think that was part of Paul Heyman's vision. The December to Dismember pay-per-view is also widely regarded as a disaster, and there were so many issues with it behind the scenes. Paul and Vince McMahon fell out for years over it. Just a mess. Aside from the one-night stand pay-per-views, there's just nothing really to see here. And if you do remember the late 90s, my word, you'll be sad. This was not it. Number 5, John Cena puts in the work. John Cena from 2002 to 2008 was just a warrior. Sure, eventually he was going to become a divisive figure, but we do not give him his dues. He took advantage of every single opportunity.
Yes, he did.
Let us be clear too. While slightly unorthodox, Cena was always good on the ring. As he took on the likes of Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels, he raised the game. And even when he had to be the smaller man against the Big Show and Great Khali, he found a way. The man was damn perfect for WWE. The Falls Count Anywhere bout against Khali for One Night Stand 2007 is proof of this, because John makes you believe he is actually in trouble. It's a babyface masterclass. Cena never deserved the hate he did receive because most of that came from the way he was booked.
He did not. I thank you, Simon. For once, something I can definitely agree with you with. He did not. And be honest, neither did Roman during his babyface run. I'm gonna stay on that as well too. Roman didn't deserve that either. I mean, I get why he did, but he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. So I'm hopefully they do the right thing this time with him as babyface, because he didn't deserve that treatment he got last time as well too. Eventually led to what we got going on for the past 4 years and as well too, unfortunately. But at the same time, he didn't deserve that hate during his babyface run either. And John Cena most definitely didn't. So yeah, well said, Simon.
And somehow translated into his overall work, but it's not accurate. There is a reason he changed the industry. That dude was ready. Number 4, the greatness of Batista. It is a recurring thread. Dave Batista does not get his due. This man was well better than we give him credit for. It took a while as we had to get through the ridiculous Deacon Batista alongside Devon Dudley. But come 2005, when he's had his Evolution run, and you can see why the powers that be picked him, not just because he's jacked. If nothing else, he gets mega pops every single time, and the man looks like a star. I would imagine WWE breathed a huge sigh of relief when Brock Lesnar left in 2004, because they remember they had this guy. He steps in effortlessly. Big Dave is also a hero as he is.
You gotta get props. Regardless, I mean, he was mostly babyface during the Ruthless Aggression. Every time his heel was Evolution, and then the little after the Ray situation. Other than that, majority he was a great babyface, and he stepped up as well too.
Spoken about even when he was on top of the world, he was suffering with feelings of self-doubt and even anxiety. Talk about giving us the green light to feel okay about our own struggles. If this dude went through it, surely we all do. When he finally does go into the Hall of Fame, it'll be so deserved, but
It will. I mean, and that's why he deserved the break he got going on right now. He deserved to carry his happy weight, his relaxed weight now, because everybody's talking about how slim he got. He deserved to be relaxed and slim. I mean, it's better to be relaxed and big, you know what I'm saying, and out of shape, you know. But not knocking at you. I can't talk. I'm trying to get my work done, but at the same time, he enjoyed the relaxation he got going on right now, and how he looking right now. Hopefully he's not sick, but still, he deserved it.
Batista is excellent, and the Ruthless Aggression era sums that up. Number 3, the issues with the draft. The
True.
WWE draft or brand split has always had problems. The idea of ironclad rosters was never really enforced, so after a while the whole thing felt pointless.
Right.
They don't care. Why should we? The Ruthless Aggression era underlines this from 2004.
Sadly, still like that as well too. The point that folks keep downplaying the draft as well. And like I said, only gripe I had with the draft most recently is the compelling hills they could have Cody to go against as champion, as he's champion right now in Raw, compared to the ones he got going on SmackDown as well too. That's the only gripe I got right now with the most recent draft. That's really the only gripe I got. The champions being out the draft didn't sit well with me. They could have put him in the drafts too. It was always cool. Anyway, let's keep going.
To 2008, because while big stars are drafted all of the time, more often than not they'd end back on the same brand. So we were doing roster swerves. That is utterly ridiculous. WWE would also use it to troll people, like moving Jim Ross without telling him. And look at Triple H in 2004. We acted like Evolution were done because the game was back on SmackDown, and he didn't even wrestle one match on the blue brand, and then he was back on Raw. After the fact, it was like nothing had happened. It just shows WWE was always worried about going all in, and today, forget about it. It exists in name only, which I actually prefer if you care. Just let wrestlers go wherever the hell they want.
True,
The lack of variety. You could say this is still an issue in many ways, but during this time, Vince McMahon was very much into the idea of minimum stats for men's wrestling being 6'2" and 225 pounds. If you don't fit those numbers, he don't care. You can argue John Cena and Randy Orton sort of fit into this too, but it's much more the wider roster. There was Matt Morgan, Luther Reigns, no relation, Mark Jindrak, Sean O'Haire. It made it really hard to stand out because the approach was very much a cookie-cutter one. You also had to have a tan, which is why Sheamus got so much chat when he turned up. People couldn't believe he hadn't tanned his ass. That's because everybody did. The real issue was the overall presentation because the music was all the same too. Honestly, you think it's bad today, every theme is just generic rock track.
Much we give a lot of crap to Def Rebel. At one point, I think Jim Johnson was responsible. Other than the main stars, the mid card and the low card guys got the shit in on themes. They did. They really did. As well, even Titantron nameplates, they did. Let's be honest.
Track 8. Before long, everyone looks like a creator wrestler too, and even Brock Lesnar got dragged into this early on.
He did.
The difference was he had Paul Heyman and
You can't lie. You cannot lie. Brock, as much of a GOAT Brock is, you cannot lie. He did look like a career player number 2. If Paul Heyman was his mouthpiece or whatever, or he was as dominant, you could say he was low-key career player number 2, because we was like, who the hell this big dude came out of nowhere with the generic jeans and all, generic chucks and all that. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? And much of GOAT Brock Lesnar is, he did first came out as career player number 2 or number 3, whatever.
Machine got super behind him. And that's crazy athleticism.
Hey.
You could say others would have flown too if not for this, but hey, that's why we did go through so many bodies. At the end of the day, they all sort of felt replaceable. Number 1, there is too much Mr. McMahon. And even
that one down, that's definitely another downplay about it, right too. It was too much McMahon as well too. It was.
He knew this. As controversial as it was, there's a reason he tried to kill his character off in 2007. There's nothing else to do. You can't take away what he did during the Attitude Era, as he was the perfect fall for Steve Austin. But much like a lot of the Ruthless Aggression period, it was just hoping lightning was going to strike twice.
Wasn't that damn match between him and Shane versus Shawn Michaels and Guy was part of the Ruthless Aggression era? If so, then yeah.
It did not. It's why Vince himself had to wear a do-rag and made himself...
Yep. Hey, how can we not forget about do-rag? Vince. Oh, how can we not forget about that?
of ECW World Champion.
Oh, God.
He felt like it would rile people up.
How many times are we going to remind about this?
Totally the wrong way. There was also all that nonsense with D-Generation X, which wasn't all that good. It just featured so many poo gags, like watching a childlike television. You really feel it during this run because it almost feels forced. Really, once Stone Cold had walked off into the sunset, McMahon should have done the same thing. But I can give you the headlines right now. He did not. Know of any other takeaways there should be from the WWE Ruthless Aggression?
But I will say that I did enjoy the Ruthless Aggression era of DX, though. I will say that, though, as well, too. I think, like, that's like, the second best version of DX. The first being their early one. I mean, more so their anti-hero babyface one when they came to Army, when they had Rogue Doll. Third was definitely their early beginnings. And I always argue to say they was typically tweeners, to be honest. It's just one time they really was held was when they first got started, and then there were a few with Stone Cold Steve Austin that included Mike Tyson. That's it. Other than that, though, majority of the time they was tweeners, and then it was definitely anti-hero babyfaces around the time because they was like with the crowd, they was related to the crowd like crazy, and that's what I always love about the Attitude Era, that they let anybody relate to the crowd become babyface. They don't like keep it as a heel, as a charitable heel like they do nowadays as well too. Like if they relate to the crowd, they'll pull the trigger on making a babyface and not change the character, just make them babyface and go against heels as well too, as you're supposed as well too. So yeah, but yeah, I really say it because the reason why I know like most might like the later DX, later Attitude Era DX when they was heels. I don't, not just because they were heels, but because the whole McMahon Hemsley faction, they're like, because DX was supposed to be anti-authority and go against the authority, but that version of DX, low key, it was kissing ass to the authority, and it was like it was a little uncharacteristic of DX in my opinion. But other than that, this was a cool video to watch from What Culture. If you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.